Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Again, lawyer raises alarm over Nnamdi Kanus held in detention. Again, lawyer raises alarm over Nnamdi Kanus held in detention. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. Lead counsel for the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Ifeanyi Ejiofor has again raised the alarm over the deteriorating health condition of the IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu in detention, as the DSS officials barely feed him. Ejiofor, in a statement issued on Thursday, said Kanu had not been allowed to change his clothes despite the pronouncement by Justice Binta Onyako of a federal high court in Abuja. He stated, in line with the court-ordered guideline, we conducted a routine visit to our indefatigable client, Onyedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, at the DSS headquarters today. Pertinent concerns on legal matters of engaging urgency were frankly discussed with Onyedu, and the outcomes were fruitful. Onyedu's continued use of the same clothing is increasingly worrisome, as the DSS personnel have blatantly denied him change of clothing in their usual flagrant disobedience of court orders. Recall that at the last adjourned date, being the 8th of April 2022, this issue was raised, and the judge ordered that Onyedu's clothes should be taken along by the DSS after the proceedings and should be promptly handed over to him upon their return to the DSS facility. Unfortunately, it is utterly disheartening to note that up until the time of our visit today, Onyedu has not been handed those clothes for a change. Despite a clear and unequivocal directive from His Lordship to the DSS lawyer to ensure that the court order is obeyed, the DSS in their usual style roundly ignored and treated it with the utmost disdain, as they are yet to comply with the recurrent court order requiring Onyedu's change of clothing. We were also reliably informed by Onyedu that his meals are no longer served regularly. Onyedu barely eats on the day, and this situation is not helping his deteriorating medical condition. The lawless DSS personnel have remained adamant with the manner in which they treat court orders with levity and disdain, which is totally unacceptable, as no one is above the law anywhere in the world. Be assured, Ụmụ Chineke, that we in the legal team are not resting on our oars towards ensuring that these infractions are addressed with immediate effect. Consistent with his nature of gratitude, Oyedu thanks you all, millions of his supporters, and Ezigbo Umu Chineke for relentlessly standing tall. It is not taken for granted by Onyedu. Also, Onyedu specifically requested that I inform you all that you are in his prayers always too. Above all, he requests that you should all be assured that it will end in victory, and it does, and in no distant time. Lead counsel for the indigenous people of Biafra, Hyper. If you are in your jail for once again, raised the alarm over the deteriorating health condition of the IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu, in detention at the DSS, as the DSS officials barely feed him. A jail in a statement issued on Thursday, said Kanu had not been allowed to change his clothes, despite the pronouncement by Justice Binta Onyako of a Federal High Court in Abuja. He stated, in line with the court-ordered guideline, we conducted the routine visit to our indefatigable client, Oyedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, at the DSS headquarters today. Pertinent concerns on legal matters of engaging urgency were frankly discussed with Onyedu, and the outcomes were fruitful. Onyedu's continued use of the same clothing is increasingly worrisome, as the DSS personnel have blatantly denied him change of clothing in their usual flagrant disobedience of court orders. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by the comment section and let us know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.